To our Designer second series of Coffee with the Designer, and we're here with Mary Margrill, who's the designer and the founder behind M Square by Mary Margrill. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So tell us a little bit about your line. I've taken a look and I love the spiritual angle, but I'd love to hear what inspires you and what is sort of the thought and the creative process behind it.
I've been designing jewelry my whole life. Actually, I was a fine art major, so I have a master's in sculpture and fine art, and I realized that when I was in graduate school, designing steel welded sculptures and selling them in Manhattan was a bit tricky, so I started to go to school at night for jewelry design. I went to Parsons and FIT. And I started making jewelry, and I realized that I didn't just want to make anything like that was out there necessarily, but and I wasn't really interested in just talking about, oh, this is a flower and these are diamonds. I wanted to have deeper meaning to them, or else I wasn't sure how I was going to do it. I've been in business for I founded the company 12 years ago. And I really love infusing all spiritual paths. I sort of recapitulate all the different symbols and words and meanings and put them together in a way that resonates for I think, a lot of human beings on the planet.
So when you're designing your pieces, who's the woman you have in mind?
My jewelry really is for everybody. It's a woman will buy it for herself, to inspire herself, to remind herself of what she's committed to. A husband might buy it for a wife because he wants to remind her of what they share together, a special moment.
It might be a story behind the collection that you call Skippy Diggy.
Skippy Diggy is one of the first collections I did. It's sort of, they've become my iconic pieces, and how they came about was, Diggy is a term of endearment I use for friends and people I love. I'm a dog lover. So I used to sing to my dog when I was a kid. They used to sing, hot diggity, dog diggity, and dig 'em the dog, dig all these fun songs. But anyway, so when I was married to my husband David, he was this 40-year-old stockbroker, and we used to, on Sunday mornings, skip down the street. Actually, he was kind of a very serious guy. And I used to make him skip to brunch on Sunday mornings.
And he
would do it arm in arm down the street, and we would giggle. And it was something that totally lifted him up and lightened him up. And so I was doing a surprise birthday party. So for some reason, I decided to call it Operation Skippy Diggy. And I realized that the pieces that I'm making are really, like I said, everything sort of comes together for a reason. There are no accidents. The pieces I make are meant for, to be a talisman that you put on to connect to the energy of that word. So happiness, you put on a happiness necklace. You may not necessarily be happy, but I think when you put on a happiness necklace, you're reminding yourself that there's something to tap into, some happiness, or so it lifts you up. And I just decided that I would call these necklaces Skippy Diggy. When you put on the love necklace, it's who you're going to be that day. You're going to be love. You're going to bring love to the day. At least that's the intention. The great thing about a necklace like with the word love is that it means so many different things to so many different people, and it just makes it, I think, a difference, and that's what the jewelry is about.
Thank you, Mary.